Welcome back. I just wanted to take a few moments today to kind of give you a little bit of a ministry update here at the Dove, and to again, as always, to say thank you so very much for your prayers and support of what's going on here at the Dove. It's really been quite remarkable and quite an interesting ride over the last couple of months, and I just want to say thank you to the many of you who pray for this ministry and the things that we're involved in and where we are with some future changes and growth, and to the many of you that go out of your way and go the extra mile to support what we do. Quite frankly, as I've said often, we couldn't do it without you. It wouldn't happen that way, and we don't take any of this for granted. It's been an interesting time to make some changes and to grow. But still, about 84% of the Dove's revenue is from viewers and listeners just like you. And your faithful support makes this happen, really, day in and day out. We're not big. We're not a big national network. We don't have all these fancy things that other people do. But we're grateful for what the Lord has given us to work with and the opportunity to broadcast and reach people up and down the Pacific Northwest. Never dreamt that we'd be operating basically 14 radio operations and outlets from licenses to translators and all that stuff, to approximately 20 to 22 television outlets from clear up north of Portland all the way down through into the Bay Area and down around San Jose. A combination of those that we own and those that we provide programming for. And the response has been pretty phenomenal. And moreover is the fact that we're reaching people with the gospel in a way that we just never dreamt that would happen. And we're literally getting response from all over the world. We're on Roku and of course, and Apple TV, and the internet streaming provides the opportunity, quite frankly, to be global and in other states. We receive mail literally from all the states. We receive mail from around the world, and it's really quite remarkable. And I just want to say thank you, because when you support the Dove, you make that happen. And we don't take that for granted. We work hard here. We put in long hours to make all this work. Yes, we're human. We make mistakes. We try to correct those and learn from them and move on. One of the big things that we started with this year is that we were really wrestling. Our location is here at an airport, which is, you know, you've heard us talk about that, and you've heard us fight with noise. Sometimes they literally taxi a plane behind us here, or right outside the door right over here. They'll start one up, and they'll buzz around. So we've been in the process of literally flipping our building. Not that we're selling it and getting out. We're changing the operation. We're taking the studio from one end of the building and moving it to another end of the building. And so for those of you who are watching on the Dove TV right now, we're showing you a live shot. So we have somebody out there with a phone showing you this. We're in the process of revamping the building, taking an aircraft hangar, which we've been in all this time, and finally putting some insulation in it and soundproofing in it so that we can do more. And this is the picture of where the new studio is being built and put into place. We're still in that process. It's been very time-consuming and at times a little over budget, which these projects sometimes can do. And so we're trying to manage all of that. But we're finally putting in some soundproofing in that wall. That wall there you're looking at has R80 in it, if you can imagine that. That's a lot of insulation, plus about 5 inches of dead air. We put R35, additional R35 in the ceiling and the big door. And all of that is in preparation to when we begin to install and move the studio from this end of the building to that end of the building. And that is going to be a huge project. And for the first time, we put in commercial-size air conditioning. Now, if you can imagine this, we actually think we're in a palace, but we put in air conditioning, and it's working really, really well in there. So now we're able to hold the temperature below 100, and there's a picture of it there. We still have some sheetrock in there. That big room that you see there is going to be the new, actually the new control room for everything that produces television, and that's got the insulation in it. We had to soundproof that, and we still have a lot of engineering to go inside of that. You guys going to go in there? Are you? Okay, they're going to maybe walk. Oh, good. Okay, so we're going in there. That's good. This is all live. This is inside the room, still being put together. We kind of got stopped because we can't do any more until that window gets put in, and the window won't be here for another week. But this will be the new control room. This will be the room that literally controls everything that's done in television and audio as it relates to the morning show. And when this is done, where the control room is now moves in there, we'll be modifying parts of the old control room to house the radio studio and a podcast studio. So we're looking forward to that as well. This all takes time, and you know, you budget these things, and then you run into problems or you run into changes, and so we're struggling to make all that work. But the only thing I can say is you've helped us a lot. Now, some of the major construction was already budgeted, and we're managing that very tightly. And then this past spring, you helped us with some equipment we had to get. And well, I want to say thank you, because some of that equipment now has finally been ordered. It takes time to get here. And then we have to modify it to our specs. And what we do has become so technical. It just kind of go, wow, what do you do with all this stuff? I mean, it's very, very technical. And so, you know, we have engineers. I think we have some of the best engineers in the industry working with us here. And so we sit down and we figure out, do we want this? Do we want that? What's the future? Will this grow with us? Will this not grow with us? All of those kinds of things. And sooner or later, what you thought was going to occur isn't enough, and you have to change things along the way. So we're kind of in that process right now where we're in the middle of it. Everybody wants to know when it's going to be done. Well, the first thing I decided was, having a little bit of construction background, I just decided I wasn't going to set a deadline because I didn't want to lose any sleep over it. So it'll get done when it gets done. I do have a goal for certainly by fall, but the point being is I just want it done right, and I don't want to have to come back and do it again. So when you support theDove, you are helping with this, and we have run into a challenge, and I'm really not prepared to tell you all about it now because I haven't got all the details, but our main switching unit that we use to switch the television, I mean, it's like the big thing. It's like the big thing. Well, ours is 11 years old, and we were doing fine with it. It works great. We had no problem with it. And then we find out from the company that we bought it from is no longer, they sold the company to another company, and that company is telling us they're no longer going to serve the unit that we have because it's 10 years old. So now we're scrambling. We're going to have to replace that. I wasn't counting on that. That's going to be in the high 40,000 range to do that. So I'll let you know when it comes time, when we get a final figure on that, that maybe you can help us with it. But I just want to say, all of this is equipment. These are just things to help us do what God called us to do. We're trying to bring you the gospel in the various expressions, through radio, through television, through digital, through teaching, through music, through commentary, through testimonies. All of this has one thing in goal, and that is, and one goal in mind, and that is to bring you the gospel as expressed through various means and purposes. And I will say this, that as crazy as the world is, and it's crazy, I mean, let's face it, we're living in really prophetic times. Common sense is gone. I mean, it's just out the window, and it's leaving people really upside down. Is there a God? Does he love me? Is there a heaven? Is the gospel really real? Is Jesus really a person? Is he really God? I mean, all of these fundamental questions that we Christians sometimes take for granted because we just believe them and accept them. But there's a world out there that is really trying to figure out, is what you say, is it really true? And so there's a real hunger, and broadcast and media is touching people. We don't see a lot of it because we don't have an audience. I mean, we have an audience, but we don't see the audience. We don't see the radio audience. We don't see the television audience. We don't know who's tuning in and when they tune in. But I tell you what, we know when they tune in and something happens to them because they get a hold of us and they want to see it again. They want to hear it again. They want their family members to see it and hear it again. And so that's why we worked hard over on the website side, that when we do something, we can immediately get it posted over there so that people can go back to it and see it again and share it with their families. So God is using the Dove. God is using the programs on the Dove. We are so honored to be associated with some of the top teachers in the country, in the world, that we are able to make agreement with to broadcast their program. Dr. David Jeremiah, Chuck Swindoll, who's been on the radio for years, over 40-something years we've carried Chuck Swindoll. And these kinds of programs that are out there that are there for your benefit. So it doesn't happen without your support. I want to say thank you. And something to keep in mind, our business model is different than others. That doesn't make the other ones wrong. It's just that ours is different. And we negotiate with programmers not for them to buy time on the Dove. I don't like that arrangement because I don't want them, if they don't get the support, they pull it. So what we do is we do what they call revenue sharing, and we'll put you on the Dove. You stay consistent with us, we'll stay consistent with you, and share with us a little bit. So often when you support the Dove, you're literally supporting the program that's on the air that you like. And so think about that when you support the Dove. But as we head through the rest of summer, and we're kind of coming towards the tail end of this construction project, well, I shouldn't say the tail. I should be honest. I think we're about halfway through. We've got a ways to go yet. Thank you for your support. And don't forget that we love sending you this devotional. If you don't get it, we send it to everybody that just asked for it. And we're sending thousands of these out every quarter. I sit on this international board, and we literally send millions around the world. So if you don't have the Word for You Today devotional, you get a hold of us. No obligation, none whatsoever. We'll send it to you, okay? So thank you. You can support the Dove anytime. Call us at 541-776-5368, or you can go online at thedove.us. That is totally safe and secure. We protect that really, really well. But only do what the Lord leads you to do. Don't do any more than that. Just do what the Lord leads you to do. And thank you for believing in what we're doing, praying for what we do, and supporting it as well. God bless you.